Yo, um, been working on a new set of, I don't know, SP404 mk2 kits and patterns. It was like one of the first ones I was working on. And a couple things. Trying to use motion record to get more sound out of, or get more out of the samples on here. So we can switch up and change like the tone, timbre, other stuff about samples, or get like, delay in there or whatever. And it mostly works, but it requires, the motion record requires like turning on the effect on like the 1-1 and, or I mean, you can turn it on and off, do some other fun stuff with it, but it's gonna be out of time. Anyway, I've got the M8 here because I was going to use the M8 to program in the, like send over the MIDI CC changes and other stuff to actually try and record into the SP404 mk2. And it mostly works. The problem I'm having is I've clearly got a MIDI feedback loop here, because if you just heard what was playing, and now if I do this, oh, now it's fine. I don't know. Gonna have to keep playing around. Excuse me. So I think what I want, I'm just trying some stuff out here and spitballing. I think I want sync in to the clock and transport. Let's see what this does. See, this is where we're getting weird. What is it doing? So I'm looking to just see if it's thrashing the effect values. It's not doing that. Might be a MIDI loop. I got table hops going over here. Yeah, okay. So what I've basically done, it is the M8. Okay. So what I've basically done, I had been, let's stop this. It is going nuts. I had set into the phrases the MIDI values. Man, that must be set to like nearly 100% feedback right now. I had set the phrases to send over MIDI data, and I had forgotten that I knew that there are subtle differences between FX channel or FX that you run in the phrase and what runs in the table. And so like in here, actually I should just go over here. So what I had started doing was I programmed CCJ to be the select for the FX, so I can program in whatever I want the effect to be up top. And then I was hard coding CCA to be knob 1, CCB to be knob 2, CCC to be knob 3. And I was just doing those table hops so I could go check in real time as I was editing these values. And you'll notice there's no CCC because we only have 3 FX columns. So I came over here and had put in a table value. What's going on that's making this like weird noise is this is a relative. So in the phrase, it is a absolute value, which means like whatever you send, it's going to send and stay. In the table, it is a relative value. And if I hold down, you can see it says relative on the screen or right there. Relative just means it's going to keep, instead of, this is basically a plus 15. So it's going to just keep going up by 15 every time, which is why if we go watch here, if I hit play, you can see the arrow, like just the little green spot on CCC value is just kind of moving. So I had gone through and clearly I had fixed this on phrase 00, and I haven't fixed it on phrase 01 yet. So what I need to do is complete this. And I think I did set the values I want down in here. So basically what I was just thinking is I'll hard code the values in the instrument for the time being. If I have any automation I want to do, I can take this out and then deal with that later. But right now I'm trying to keep this a rather simple setup and configuration. So clearly when I was doing this, I just didn't do that. So what I can do is at this point, if I come back here. So what I want to do is set a value or send a value for bus FX bus 1 on the SP404 mk2. I'm using track 1. On track 2, I want to be able to send the values for bus 2. If I wanted to do it for 3 and 4, I could. Unfortunately, we can't save automation for those. So they get a little bit trickier to kind of deal with or manage. But I'll think about, as I'm doing this project, I'll think about that as well. But again, like mostly the intent here is to just get initial values stored into the SP404 mk2 pattern on the 1.1. So we're just setting what we want for those FX values to be for a particular pattern or phrase. As I said, like what I've been doing right now is I'll record the phrase, and as I'm kind of going along, I'll record the pattern, and then I'll turn motion record on and just tap in the effect that I want. It's okay, but the problem starts coming in is if I want those CC values to be a little bit different or very different, then I have to sit there and keep kind of wiggling the knob so that it gets that value. And I don't really want it being automated for this right now. I'm just trying to get, like basically just say like, here's a preset for what I want for this pattern. Because like if I come here, if I switch over to 2, you'll see like it kind of like double. This is coming, okay. This is switching back because the M8 is in the loop. If I take this out, let me just pull it out at the moment. There we go. So you heard like that first, like the 1.1, it was probably like around like 1.1.2 or something, or 1.1.3 that I got the change in. So it's like not terrible. Like this is how it's supposed to sound. And if I go to like 3, it's got like a completely different set of effects, which you might not be able to see here. But if I come in, you can see like this is using 303 vinyl there, and tape echo on bus 2. Oh, I need to turn it off. It'll keep turning itself back on if you got motion record going. So anyway, what I basically think I need to do, and I might use Ableton Live for this instead, but I need to record or create like either a row or a specific program or project on the M8. If I'm going to do it on the M8, and just keep kind of going through like which pattern pad am I writing data to. Anyway, regardless, I just want to see if I can get this to work. What I've effectively done is I took A1, copied it to A9, and then I deleted the motion record stuff just to get it out of there, so I could then re-record it. Ah, man. Okay. So again, got 10. If I come over here, you'll see I just have to fire off the instrument. I don't have to give it any note values or velocity or anything else. And on the instrument, I just need to go specify what the MIDI CC is and what the values are I want to fire into the pattern. I think this will work, assuming I've done everything correctly. So, and similarly, as you can see, I did the same thing for instrument 01, which is just going to channel 2. So it's just channel 1 versus channel 2. I'm not trying to make this extra complicated, although it might be. I want to go check MIDI settings, system, USB in. Actually, I probably I need to go to MIDI. Sync auto, sync out on should be fine. We want sync out because we want to tell the M8 what the sync is. I'm going to not mess with sync delay. Node out off. Pad node off. Soft through and USB MIDI throughs off. I think those will need to be off because that'll just get us into MIDI loop nightmares. So I think we're hopefully okay. So what are the steps we need to do? Record. We want to record into here. I think this is where I think we're sort of toast. Maybe. This is already fired off the event. Let's see if I can hit mark. Okay, we turn motion record on and off. This might work. This might do what I need. Okay, we're gonna unplug. Let's see if it go through. Turn FX off. Let's see if it triggers. Did not record it in. All right, let's try again. I want to see if I wasn't paying attention to see if it started. It must have been playing because I got the. I can't guarantee that. Record. So we're not playing. It's not sending transport control. Okay, it's playing this time. Why did it not? This is where you guys will see me slowly lose my mind as I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I wonder if it doesn't send transport controls on a record. That would be annoying. Oh my god. It does not send transport controls on a record. How am I going to line this up? Because I was trying to do this. All right, we can go back to trying to get the M8 to send transport controls. Maybe I can get it to work. Utility. I'm going to turn sync out off. Go back up settings. Get rid of that. So sync in is off now. We need clock and transport. I also don't know if you need to have record on. To do, I think you need record on to capture motion record. Record here. If I hit play now, it should start playing, but I think we get in this weird state where it still has this menu up. I can hit record. Seems like it's still in time. That's a good sign. Let's see if I do motion record. Because it should have just fired off on the 1.1. Those settings. Let's find out. This is like so convoluted to get this done. This is where I get irritated with how the SP404 mk2 works sometimes. Okay, turn that off. Turn that off. But we're still playing over here. So I gotta do that again. Okay, those are off. We did not motion record in. What am I missing? So I have to do this by hand. This is just like it becomes a giant pain. My concern is that it doesn't fire off the second time. How do we get this in time if neither one wants to? Because I suspect what's going on is it's sending the message and then the SP404 mk2 is ignoring it because it isn't changing. Okay, let's get a little bit more creative. We're going to drop some FEs. That way we're not sending anything. Man, this is still a pain though. Because if we got motion record on, it's going to motion record when I make knob changes. Gosh darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. We need to get those values baked into the track. I don't think this will work. I have a full bar to... Okay. Next thing to try. And this just gets really gnarly as well. Is... So we have to play here for how we're set up. We're playing from here. Let's just do one at a time. Set this to FE. All right. This is so fiddly if this works. We can't start. Okay. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter who I start with. So, I just want to talk through this first, then we're going to give it a try. Hey, is that me, Richie? Marichi? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name there. Just slowly trying to figure my way through this. All right, so what I think I need to do, so right now we're just firing off program change, or well, FX changes for track 1. The reason why I did this intentionally is so that I can do what I think I need to do. We're not in record. Darn it. This is going to be so annoying. All right. We do this so that we get into play mode. I then have to hit record to get into the ability to get motion record on. Then we turn the effect off. This is not affecting... Oh my gosh. Alright, stop getting frustrated. We're going to do this. So when it loops back over to 1-1, what I'm going to do... We're going to go turn it off, remain filter. We're going to turn these down just to what... Why did that trigger? What in the world? Why did that go so fast? Okay, what I think I need to do is I have to set these values as something different and then tap motion record to get it to come in. I may just, maybe it wasn't lined up. Seems like they're in sync right now. Do this, tap. We're not in record. We're not in record. This is going to be where I just say, okay, for this project, I'm not doing this. I'll just do it differently. I'm going to give it one more try. Play. We need to be in sync. We need to get into record. Okay, we're moved over. Turn this off. Can't do that. Tap it. Remain to bring the menu up. Hit mark to go smart record, motion record. Okay, we just changed it. Let's stop motion record so we don't accidentally record anything else in. Let's see if this will work. I can't do it. This is playing. turn that off? Okay, we did record it. So it must have gone the values. Hey, hello from Hollis. The M8 guide. I mean, I just got this version 04 up. I started filling in some stuff for headless, but I think I'm going to. I ordered a teensy as well, just to have one again, so I can go back through and record the steps for getting it set up for people that don't know how to do it. I'm not going to do like a super deep dive on headless because there's so many resources out there and there's just so many devices to do, but I'll probably at least get a little bit of a write-up for how to use. I've got an Anbernic RG35XX SP. I'll probably write up on how to do like how to do it on the Windows and get it running on Windows and on Mac. Maybe the Steam Deck if I feel like fighting with that again, although the configuration gets wiped out every time you take a firmware upgrade for the Steam Deck, so it's not super fun. Somebody must have streamlined it better by now, but maybe not. It has to do with like the way the packs get set up and deployed for updates, because you have to do some file system tweaks that aren't if you're not like good at Unix or Linux or know what you're doing, it's not great. But I figured to at least try and do that. I do want to start getting to some of the commands and do a pretty deep dive on each one, like probably more from like a programmatic level, like what they're doing and how to do some stuff with it. So yeah, I don't have any Android devices. I've heard that they might drop M8. Somebody might drop M8C on iOS, for at least for the iPad. Maybe one of these days I'll pick up an Android device. I used to have a Galaxy Note S3. That was a long time ago. Maybe I'll see if there's I've had a few people I've asked for suggestions on what a decent Android tablet was for like a 7 or 8 inch tablet, but I hadn't gotten anything on that yet. A lot of folks are like, it's either like you gotta spend a lot of money on it or something else. The RG35XX SP versus the Plus. I think from what I saw, like the processors are pretty much the same. The Plus might have more memory, if I remember correctly. What is the Plus the one that also has the thumbsticks on it? I don't know. There's like so many of these little devices out there now. I think from a processing standpoint, there isn't any difference. I saw over on the Newly Discord server, there's been a lot of folks talking about getting Bluetooth working with M8C, so if you're looking for that, might be handy to have Bluetooth MIDI over that connection, so you can do some more cool stuff. People are definitely into it right now, which is cool. Put my tea down before I spill it on anything here. All right, so that worked, which is good. It's just super frustrating to do. Why is Kodama on is a question. It shouldn't be. I don't think it should be on. Let's go back and see if that got baked in somehow. Okay, just filter. Okay. It did what I expected. Now, here's where things get gnarly, is with the problem I have with motion record is you can record into it, but we cannot, we can't like edit. I mean, I could probably figure out how to do some like file editing on the pattern. I just don't want to do it. But maybe if I want to get more advanced stuff done on the SP404 mk2, I might have to do it. I mean, like I know like doing the M8 here is kind of hacky because I'm trying basically supplanting some features that the SP404 mk2 should have, like letting us do step editing for motion record values. Maybe we can actually, you know what? Maybe TRRec does let us do this, and I'm making myself giving myself a headache. I should check. They may have. I read something that made it sound like it might actually be there. Let's see. Where's the PDF? Actually, what was it I was doing? I was in TRRec. Do this. Remain. Switch to TRRec. Let it play. Was it I was holding? Yeah. The thing is, I just want to get on like what I want to be like. What I think I would want to do is be able to go like pattern edit, go onto like a step, hold motion record, and just be able to drop it right here. Like I think this is just going to be the same problem where you want to fire off a select this value. It's so annoying if this is actually easier to deal with by hacking at the pattern file. And yeah, Simon, you're welcome. Happy to try and answer questions as best I can. All right, let's just focus on this. So this other just doing bus 2 is a similar one. And the reason why I didn't want to try and do both at the same time is I do think I'm going to have to basically do the same thing I did, which is turn off the effect, not be in record mode, but not motion record. Turn the effect off, change the parameter values, and then turn motion record on, let it loop over to 1.1, and then bake that into the track. Super annoying. So step 1, we start playing. Step 2, hit record to get into record mode. Actually, TRRec might be faster for this since it will dump straight in and we don't have to go through this loop. Let me just do it and then maybe I'll go try and tweak one of the other ones, the other patterns I've been working on here. All right, so turn it off, remain, tweak these to just be something different, tap mark to get into motion record. We come back around, we should have fired those values over. It set them where we wanted. Now, turn that off, turn that off. Now, if I play this, it should turn them back on the 1.1. What in the world? Why did it do it the second loop through? Oh, it's because I didn't fire it off over here. Oh my gosh, this is because I set this up to be the external, didn't I? I did. I'm confusing myself. All right, we're gonna do this again. Sorry, guys. This is just the pain of trying to figure these things out and get a good process in place. Pattern edit 9. Hold delete. Mark. We just deleted all the motion record that we had in place. I have to remember to do it from here. Enter pad 9. We queued up pattern 9. Start playing. Okay. Now hit record. Get into record mode. Now, why are these not? Oh, because I'm on the wrong bus. Loop over. Turn that off. Remain, filter, drive. Tweak these. Hit mark. Let it loop over. Turn motion record off. Now I could technically I could be in live mode for this. Cue these up. Switch over. We don't need to get... Why did that just jump to 98? I don't like that. 33 to 98. What is it? What baked into 33? How did it do that? What do I care? Where did it do that? probably... I don't like that. Because if I have to like fire off motion record just before... I don't know if it's baking in those values. Okay. My understanding is motion record only records values into the pattern when it changes. But something's going on here. Because it's probably right around there that I hit motion record. And when I moved the knob, yeah, that's like 33. So I had turned it to set it in place, hit motion record, and it grabbed that value. Oh. This is irritating. Why is it only drive is doing that? Why is it only drive doing that? Why isn't cutoff and resonance doing that? I don't think I don't have any automation going. We're just sending over. This SP404 mk2 might be old enough that maybe it just like happened. Maybe I did it and it just happened to do like a partial. It was like maybe right on the edge and just changed or something when I hit. As I was hitting motion record. I want to try that one more time. But this is just, again, like, this is why I'm saying, like, this is nutty for how fiddly this is. I think how fiddly it is. If somebody at Roland ever reached out to me and told me what I'm doing wrong, I'd love that. But I doubt that's going to happen. All right. Let's try again. Boom. We're in. Actually, let's just do the TRX style. Record. Here, let's switch it to TRX because we're going to immediately be in record mode. We don't have to like hit record now to wait around. Turn this off, remain, change, doesn't matter. Tap mark to get into motion record. Set it. I want to watch this. Okay, it doesn't seem to be moving around. Let's see if that actually captured it. No. Why did it? I think did I start it from here? I did not start it from here. Oh, I did. My goodness. I'm going to drive myself crazy here. Pattern edit. Delete. Okay. Wait, I can't. Can I start it from here? Okay, it started. Tap record to get in. This is still fiddly. I still don't like this. All right. If we check here, we should just be able to make sure we're in sync. Okay. Back over. Dune, 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 dune. Tap mark to get into filter or motion record, not filter record. Okay, we're set. Turn motion record off. Let's see if that actually did record in this time. There we go. All right. Hold on to your seats. Let's see if I can do this correctly a second time without losing my mind here. Record one. I probably should make it. You know what? Just in case I do it wrong again, I'm just going to make a copy so I can go back if necessary. I come in here. Play is... Okay, place, kicked it off, hit record. They should still be in sync. Doesn't. This one's wrong, so let's stop. We need FEs. Actually, let's just do it all up. Okay. Record. No. Record. Queued up. Hit play. Hit record to get into record mode. Switch to bus 2. We're on Kodama. Before it loops over, now turn it off. Hit remain so that we're not changing other values. Do that. Hit record. Okay. Turn motion record off. I'm telling you guys, like, this is the nuttiness that I find myself getting into whenever I'm like, how do I do this? Did not. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong one. It's this one. It was the first one I did. Turn that off. Turn that off. Stop, 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 stop. It's so easy to forget that transport controls are on both of these. Okay, Kodama's on. This will work, but at what cost? Probably my sanity. What are better options? I'm trying to think. I gotta think through what better options for this. All this is playing around. Here's a couple. There's some other stuff I'm playing around with. Oh, we actually want to take that off. We want internal BPM. Some of like the other patterns I've been playing around with. This one I think needs a little bit more to it. This one I actually want to work on more, maybe turn into a song. I think there's something to work on here. Kind of like this one too. Why is it 47 BPM? What the heck did I do? It's supposed to be 96 BPM for the whole bank. There we go. Something sounds a little wrong. I don't know. For fun, am I using this 303 and tape echo? I'm just curious if I power cycle, if it sounds differently. Because that's not how it sounded when I recorded it yesterday. So I don't know what's causing it to sound different. There maybe one of the other. This is why I want to. This is why I'm trying to fire off. I think this is why I'm trying to fire off. I think the problem is why I'm trying to fire off getting all those values set at the start of the track. Is if I played a different pattern, depending on what patterns I go from and to, those values for the effects could be different and cause that to happen. So, like, did I go from here? That should have. This should have effects on it. What's going on? Oh, I don't have motion record on. Yeah, I don't have not motion record. I gotta have motion on for it to have the right effects. That's another thing that's annoying. Is if you don't remember to tap start and end while you're in pattern play mode, it won't have those motion values. Anyway, let's go back to this one. So what I'm trying to do is get it to actually have the right settings when you go in to play this stuff. As you can hear, it's like a whole thing. I'm trying to do like a couple. My goal would be to fill up all of the samples and patterns here with like 4-bar patterns, but I don't know, we'll see. It's going to depend on how much of a hassle it is. This one's a little rough. I need to drop the volume on that synth sound. And I guess I did not bake in the effects I was using, because I'm pretty sure the synth sound was on Super with a low pass filter, but I don't have the settings saved, so I'd have to try and remember what I thought it sounded like and hope for the best. I think this was lo-fi to get like the drums and stuff. They all sound crunched. The FX settings are right. It's probably... I don't know where I had this dialed in. I think it might have been lo-fi type 9, but the hats and stuff sound, they were crunchy. Maybe instead of lo-fi, maybe it was Crusher. Might have been Crusher. Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds closer to what I had. It was like somewhere around here. But yeah, this is a real chore. Maybe I'm going to just record out a bunch of drum kits or kits and then move on. I don't know that this will be a lot of work to do what I wanted to do. Anybody have any suggestions? This one sounds weird too. Like, what the heck is going on here? That is not... This might be what breaks me. And why did it not play that sound that time? Okay. Oh, we don't have the effects saved. Why? I feel like this is what makes this needlessly complicated. Like, we need a we really need a pattern setup. Because, like, if I wasn't like doing anything like that interesting over here, if but my guess is that it maybe didn't catch the... So we're back to the problem. We got the wrong effect, because I didn't bake this in, and now the values are wrong. And I don't have a good way to... I mean, I'll show you guys what I was doing. Copy this over. So if I want to bake these effects on and off, I basically, let's ignore Crusher first. We're just going to go to the super filter. What I've been doing to get this in has been record. I'll turn real-time record off because I don't think it terribly matters, but I'm going to turn this down because it's super loud. So I got to hit mark to get into this, and then I have to count out to turn it on. So if I got it on the 1-1, cool, but this has 480 parts per quarter note. It does not take, as far as I know, it doesn't take the trigger values and quantize them. So like if I turn this off, like why is it not? I don't know. I should have recorded that because I was in motion record, but this is where I get like stuck, where it's like I have to keep going through and it's like, okay, let's do this again. So I've got it. It's a little low for the value for there, but let's see if I turn this off. See, you can hear like that first part of the note. So now it's like, okay, I got to choose. Do I come in, do pattern edit, hold delete, and mark to delete everything? And if I got it like close enough on the first time through, then I don't want to do that, but I can't undo that one motion record value. This just gets like super, super finicky. This is what I've been like spending the last like 2 or 3 days doing. And part of me just says like, this isn't worth the headache and hassle. So like, let's see if I get it close enough this time. Yeah, you can still hear like a little bit of that note come in. If I turn it up, it's like, and then it like flips over. I don't know how you line that up on the 1-1 without using an external sequencer to do that. Oh, so irritating. Well, let's start by just delete it. I don't need that. If I have to write code to do this, I'd rather just kind of do this kind of a project on the MPC or something, because at least I have better control over it, even though that's not great either. What other options do we have? I could just do this without having effects, which is not like terrible, but like my idea had been just kind of come in with like a somewhat random assignment of dry bus 1, bus 2, and then just program in stuff and use different effects to kind of show off different stuff for the SP404 mk2 that maybe people haven't seen or tried doing themselves. But all I can tell you is doing this as a video. If I saw somebody doing this, I would be like, this is nuts. Is it really worth that? This kind of difficulty and to get this kind of effect? I don't know. Because if I'm having to write my own editor to edit the patterns by hand, I'd rather just use a different tool. I was hoping the M8 would help me here. I just don't think it gets me far enough. let's see. Let's go back here and see. Am I like happy enough with this? Because I guess this is the question. Like, is it worth it? Because this took what? Been on live streaming for 50 minutes. And to get here, I mean, I could do the process faster now that I've kind of got my head around it a little bit better. Still wasn't terribly fun, but minimum, it's 2 loops through. Because that, I guess the first one has the most obvious issue with it. Or not the first one, this one over here. This has the most obvious issue where you can hear it changing the first loop through. Let's program it. Let's do it up. All right, so I've got, let's just save this off. Call it, I don't know, I don't have a name for the project yet. Let's go make2, mark2, make2, it's technically A1. Let's go save it. I want to make a new directory. What do we call this? Call it like mark2 kit or something. mark2 kit 2. Save there. Okay. So this is C2. Let's rename it. Okay. Let's also start by saving it. We're going to have the same split. It's just these parameter values are going to be different. Let's work on this one first. I'm going to turn it down while we dial it in. Oh, because I already baked it in. Okay. Let's go pattern edit, delete, mark. Okay. So we can now go to the instrument, we'll dial it in. We know it's filter 1. I don't know what the rest of the parameter values will be. Or wait, that was a super filter, not filter 1. Oh, none of these are plugged in. That will slow me down. Let's go fix the tempo. It's supposed to be 82. 72. Sounds terrible. So we can at least make it sure it sounds better. Super filter. Okay, 10. I should probably write up a MIDI chart for this. Go remain in MFX. Cut off. Maybe around 60. I'll decide what I like here. Maybe a little resonance. I'll say I like this. All right. We now need to do the whole thing. Record here. I don't think it mattered if I did it this way or not, so let's just give it a try. Hit record. Let's make sure we're still in time. Okay, loop over. Turn the effect off. Remain MFX. We'll just set these to 0. Whatever. Tap mark. Get out of motion record. All right, the reason why I went through all of this is because that one was super obvious. If like, I will say it's not worth the effort if we can hear it kind of zipper in. Still hear it. It is not catching it on the 1-1. Like if you can, I'll turn it up louder in case anybody cares. Like it doesn't do it this time because it's already active. I mean, we're clipping, but if this is off, you can hear it. Yeah. What's the easiest way for me to edit the file? Let's do this. I'm gonna copy. I don't know what the file format for this is at all, but let's see how bad it is. Pattern edit 3, delete mark. So we're going to delete the values we fired in there. Now we're going to go shift export to SD card. We have to do the project because that's the only way to get the patterns. Project 2. So we're going to be looking at, at least do a quick diff of C1 and or C2 and C3. The SD card. All right. Just moving the camera a little bit here. Get a terminal window opened. Let's see what we can do for sharing that. It's going to be super tiny. Let's make this bigger. Because there's nothing else to look at here at the moment. Nobody's going to care about my miscellaneous code. Stuff I've been working on over the years just to play around. SP404 mk2. Export. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. See if OBS will keep up. The only reason I'm doing this is in case anybody drops anything in chat for a question, I can look over and actually see. So sorry, folks. Let's see, grab that. Sure, should be good enough. Project P2, project 2. This may be a quick abort. We're going to find out. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It does this goofy naming. I'm going to assume that 34 and 35 is C2 and C3. I believe it is. What was the diff that I wanted to do? It's been a while. Hex diff will work. Sorry, I just got like all kinds of goofy tools that I either work on or grab and then or modify. That's a lot of file difference. That's a lot of file difference. That is unexpectedly more than I thought it would be. So it's like 200 differences for what should just be motion record data. What the heck is it doing? Because the M8's not firing off motion control changes. Oh, I can't do this a diff like this because I can't do a diff like this because it's just going to be interspersed in the file. The file lengths are completely different. I don't know what I'm doing here. How do I find as easily as possible what the how do I can't do it this way. We could do a different parameter. I don't have a way. What would the M8? We could hammer in a different, because we need to find the timing value, but we need to figure out where the we need to get like anything first. So if instead of firing in like a sorry guys, I'm just trying to like think through what I'm trying to do here. Oh, you can't see half of the screen either. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. That's like, this is what I'm looking at. Is, how do I shrink this in? Nobody's telling me I'm off the page here. All right, that should be closer to what I'm looking at. So what I'm looking at is a bunch of file locations and diffs. What I want to get is a diff that I can compare between two files that is just a. I need to get to actually figuring out what the timing difference is, because then if I can figure that out, I can then try and pull, like, edit a pattern file to try and pull in the timing to see if I can get it to like actually land on the 1-1. My concern is that even with the M8 sending it off as close to 1-1 as possible, that the SP404 mk2 is still like not pulling it in tight enough, which means that like that particular like that synth sound that we're trying to filter it's going to bleed or have like the unaffected sound for like a split second, and it's just jarring. So, all right, I'm gonna have to cd out of this directory. Let's go push d tilde. Then we'll stop sharing here for a second. I'll eject the SD card. Need that back. Then we can try and write in. Yeah, okay. I think I have a game plan here, guys. For those of you that don't watch me usually hack, I haven't done like one of these goofy hacking videos in a while to hack on this stuff. So for those of you that are new here to this, I apologize. All right, we're going to copy this here to here. So what we're going to do, oh man, we don't know what's going to happen if we overwrite the value. Maybe I should just try overwriting it. But I want a different timing. Timing's the one that's the important value. we need maybe both. Ooh. Okay. Game plan. Pattern edit, delete, mark. This will get us something completely clean. If I go back to, let's save, I'm just going to save this, even though I'm not a huge fan of what's going on here, but we're going to save it anyway. We want to write in this different time, and we're just going to change the effect by 1, because we should be able to find that off by 1 error, and if we can find that, maybe I can do like a visual diff that will not be quite so crazy. We'll leave the other stuff the same. We're going to have to record in both passes. All right. Let's try it. Record this. Hit record. Should be in sync. Why do we not have... Why is this not sending the effect? Oh, it is. I just wasn't noticing. Okay. We'll just do it. We'll get into record. It's weird Resonator's not making that much of a difference, but okay. I'm going to let it loop over. Turn Resonator off. Remain Resonator. Change some values. Hit mark. Get record on. There we go. Stop recording. Stop playing. Actually, this should take a second to pop in. That's weird. Did I edit the wrong one? No. Let's go check. Why is it doing this? Let's move it more here, maybe. Let's try again. Pattern edit. Pattern edit. Delete. Mark. Turn record on. Resonator off. Hit mark. There we go. Let's see if that worked. Okay, that's doing what I want. Next up, we need to record this in to the same steps, but we're just going to record that. Just wait for it to loop over at this point. Remain. Turn motion record on. Just make sure we've got everything. Those come on pretty quick. All right, so we should be able to compare 9 and 10. They should be the same length. We're going to find out. Shift, import, export project 2. And back. Keep that running in the background, even though it's a short loop, but let's do that. All right. that back in. Come back over. Pop D. So 9 and 10 are not the same length. They're close, but not the same. That's a bummer, because that's going to make this a bit more difficult. But let's go 9 and 10. Well, still a lot of differences. My concern is the amount of work it would take to figure out what the heck is going on here. I mean, 1K is not that big, but like basically I'd have to go through and map out like how do I know what a velocity value is versus a note or something else. So 32 byte difference from 34 to 35, and that was just me removing the MIDI CC stuff. 9 to 10 is a 16 byte difference. See if diff likes to give us anything different. Yeah, I know they differ. Okay, thank you. Why are you not following? Do I have any other? Hexadecimal's not going to help here. Let's see. What else can I do? I don't know, maybe I'm dead in the water for today. I needed to have the right mental inspiration to want to work on file formats here. Or I could just be in the I don't care. I want this to work better, though. I do really want this to work better. What are we gonna do here? Percent L XXD percent exclamation XXD. There we go. What am I thinking? So we got header stuff. I wonder if the header difference is literally just telling it what page it's on or something. Because like this other stuff, that is interesting. It's like it's got like a, it's dropping like a F2 very frequently. I wonder if that's like just like a message terminator. We got like a wall of stuff, so maybe this is longer. I don't know. Maybe this 3280. Oh wait, and then it goes back to 40s a lot here. Then presumably this is our like end of file or end of pattern value. This might not be terrible to figure out. See, we could do femdiff, I think. 9.bin ptn 123 colon exclamation colon percent exclamation xxd. Was it control W? Command W. No, that's my, whoops. Just closed iTerminal. Whoopsie daisies. Project 2. 2, right? Let's try that again. Edit anyway is fine. Colon percent exclamation xxd. Maybe I can click colon percent exclamation xxd. So a lot of this is the same, or enough of it's the same to be interesting. I'm assuming my timing's not going to have been good enough for some of this stuff to matter, but like this is definitely like, what's the difference here? Presumably this is just like a different order, like, because we changed where one of the events was. So my guess is a lot of this is just changing order of where things are showing up. So, but then for some reason, halfway through, we're exactly the same, and then we get a little bit of a difference where the files are a different length. I'm guessing some of this is carrying timing data. I've also noticed there's some oddities that you can find in TRRec where you can get two notes, you can get like chords to stack on the same event, but TRRec won't let you edit them to be on the same event. So I'm not quite sure how the SP404 mk2 handles that, but is there anything that's like obvious where we can see like a count going up in any of these columns? Probably should have changed the timing at the same time for that value. So we get like, this is interesting, we got 96006233 0096 1940. Like, oh, darn it. How do I, should I make this bigger? Let's see if I can, making it full screen helps. Not really. Just made it harder to get on the screen here. Let's change. Let's just exit out. Let's exit out. I'm gonna go make my font smaller. Appearance, arrangement, Windows keys, profile. I have not changed this in so long, I'm forgetting where it is. Window, tab, pane, dimming, profile, color, text. See if that's enough to V-dim this, edit anyway, colon, percent, exclamation, XXD, colon, percent, exclamation, XXD. All right, so we can see these side by side a little bit better. We can also stretch this back out. Probably do this for like 10 more minutes and then drop. But one of the things I was just looking at was we got 00, like this line is the same. So we get an event that's 003B 000 2C yada yada up to here ED 0, which is the same. Just in a different spot in the file, probably because we moved where the CC event to change the CC event to change when we are firing off that effect coming in. Stop highlighting. Anything else that stands out? Like this one, we get a lot of events that are the same. They're just in a different position in the file. D7, D73A. 008E is before it. Okay. I could export this as hex. We could then, actually, you know what? Let's do that. Quit out. Hex to something. Hex to decimal 1.sh. Hex to decimal 1.sh. Oh, that's just gonna calculate it for me. I don't need that. I wanna export this because I could use tk-diff once I've got the files out. Or do we just tk-diff it now? That's another window. I'll see if it works. I haven't run this in so long. If it pops something up. Wish quit unexpectedly. We have a crash. It's probably a newer tk-diff to go download. Let's go see if I can find that. Get it at SourceForge. All right. Download. Why am I getting all this nonsense? We just want to. Oh, there we go. Unzip / downloads tk-diff 57. ptn1234.9.bin, ptn12310.bin. Mac is just blowing up gratuitously here. Might need something installed. Brew install Wish, maybe? Nothing named Wish. It might be something different then. Probably easier to do this on a Linux system then. Guess I'm going to drop here for today, guys. What an adventure. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is.